Hello, and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are gathered with us tonight for night 2 of the Horsie Awards. This is the Cookout Podcast where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling, baby.
Delicious.
That, that's quite the intro. That's quite the intro.
It's very good.
Yes, as Sammy Joe says, we are here for night 2 of the Horsie Awards, where we're going to give out the ultimate Horsie Awards, the best men's, best women's singles of the year. Those are the two biggest awards. This is also our last show of the year on this channel. Well, technically that's not true. You will get Enter the Square Circle through the holidays, but that's the only show you'll get. This is the last cookout until what, January 2nd? Is that what it is?
Yep.
January
Yep.
2nd.
Until January 2nd. So, let's see, real quick before we get started. We're going to let Sammy open his box real quick as we wait for CM to get here. But in the meantime, Dolores wants to remind everybody to support the wrestling club. They're trying to send kids to WrestleMania. It's through, let's see, I've got a little graphic here if I can find it. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Where is it? No, that's not it. I just saw it too. Sorry, this is bad. Here we go. Okay. The Wrestling Club. Oh, let's take this down. So, Victor Perry, you can donate. They have, I think it's a GoFundMe. And I'll put this back up also. That's Dolores' comment. And this is the GoFundMe link. So please donate. Help this group of kids get to go see WrestleMania. It's probably a once in a lifetime situation. I know I'm 47 years old and been watching wrestling for 30 years, 37 years. Probably since I was 10. Never been to a WrestleMania. Never been to a WrestleMania ever. So I don't know that I'll ever make it to one at this point. I don't know if I'll ever make it to one at this point. I mean, I'd love to, but who knows? So
Why
I've,
haven't you?
they're
I've never been
expensive,
to a
even when they're.
pay-per-view.
Oh, you've never been to a pay per view? See, I've been to a couple pay per views. So
I thought you've
have
been to
a
some,
couple.
Sammy.
I've gone to Raw.
What
It's
are
not
you
always that easy if you
doing?
get damn. First of all, WrestleMania is very expensive. Secondly, like the closest it's ever really been to me was when it came to Los Angeles and I was still 9 hours away in Northern California. Like it wasn't really so you gotta pay for a hotel, tickets are hella expensive, you know what I mean? It's like
I,
so it just how
I,
it is.
I will give you
I,
that because, yeah.
does a TV special count as a pay-per-view? Because I did go to Road Rager.
There you go. What was it? I swear it was. I went to a pay per view at the Moda Center in Portland. I swear it was Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon in the ladder match. I swear that was the pay per
Ooh.
view.
That might
Which
be a
is the thing.
SummerSlam. Are you serious?
I swear that's what it was. My buddy can tell you. I don't really remember. I remember the event, and I kind of remember it, but like we were so far away that like I don't really. But yes, I swear that was it. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Sir,
Yeah, I
I
know.
think
Right?
that counts.
No. But that's not a WrestleMania though.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah. So please support the kids. Donate for the
Yes.
kids. In the meantime, while we wait for CM, go ahead, Sam. Sammy has a box. Oh, Hassan's here. He says, "Let's do the Horsie Awards. Let's roll it up." Yep. He says, "Happy
What's in the
holidays, y'all."
box, man? What's in the
Happy
box?
holidays.
It's your shirt in the box. I'm sorry.
Them boys, them boys. There you
This is a
go.
good one. All right.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Right? Reach for the
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You,
Tim's
you
a
you
happy.
said his name. You said his name.
Nice.
Razor. Nice.
Mm.
Merry
Nice,
Christmas.
nice. Merry Christmas to Sammy Joe.
Those are
Maybe
very
a bit
good.
naughty.
I guess we should let me just check in with CM and make sure that she's actually coming and not like passed out or something.
I went grocery shopping this afternoon or evening.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What did you buy?
I bought salmon. I bought tomatillos. I bought
Okay.
chipotles, chilies.
Okay.
Got some beans.
I got that. Okay. Okay.
And what are you
No.
what are you making?
A bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Now all that sounds good. I call myself my actual groceries Monday. I got egg noodles, cream
There you
of
go.
golden mushroom, and cheese.
There you go.
We can make something out of that. 'Cause my
We can
mom,
make something out of it.
yeah, my sister got rotisserie chicken on Saturday. I'm like, yeah, we got leftover chicken. Just put that all in the pot. That should make some.
I
It shouldn't
also
suck.
bought 16 pounds of chicken.
Oh shit! 16 pounds of chicken.
Yeah, eight
Like,
pounds of breast, 8 pounds of wings.
okay.
Wow, why so many breasts?
He's a breast man. Leave him alone.
I, I'm just saying the thigh is the juicier part of the chicken. I think everyone
I
should.
like white meat. I'm not a big fan of
Okay.
dark meat and chicken. I know it's the juicier part. I just, for some reason, I don't know.
I'll have you know, I am an ass man.
I don't think there's such thing as a chicken ass, but okay.
Sorry, Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn. I had
No,
to say it.
my mom went to Norbit. So who
Oh,
was eating a turkey?
Just Sammy, I don't mean to do this to you, but given your preferences, what ass?
Alright.
All right. So we're
I
here
think
for
the ass.
We just
we're
want to
here for
pause
night.
this whole conversation.
We are here for night 2 of the Horsie Awards. Sammy Joe, you want to kick us off? You want to lead us through? We have 6 awards to give away tonight. So why don't we start at the bottom and finish at the top? Go ahead.
Um,
Which one we're doing
uh,
first?
I believe it's Breakout Star.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get my little list
Okay.
here. Let's see. Is this the one with the
Yeah,
1, or is this
I
the
was
one with the
not
3, or what?
prepared. Hold on, I gotta pull my stuff up too.
Okay. Okay. She was cute. Okay.
Is this the one where we only have one name, or is that most improved, or most? Which one is that?
That's the second one.
Which is what? What's it called? The category? I forget.
Uh, Most improved.
Most improved. Okay.
So we need 3 names for this category?
There we go.
Yeah, for breakout star.
Okay.
And then I need one
Not
for
it.
most improved. Shit. I don't even have one for most improved yet. I thought I did, but apparently I don't because my list is not.
Shoot, I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead, kick it off, Jimmy.
Number 3, Swerve
Yes.
Strickland.
Breakout star? Okay.
Number 2.
Okay, so hold on
Eddie-
real quick. But before you push on, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. When I think of breakout star, I don't think of anything to do with how long they've been wrestling or any of that stuff. I think of it as being a year that they busted out of where they had normally been in their
Broke
shell
the
for the
glass
bulk of
ceiling.
whatever their glass ceiling, right? They got a
Okay.
championship. They finished the best they've ever done. Now they're main eventing when they haven't before. They're getting pushed more than they have before because of whatever, that kind of thing. It's their big breakout year. Now next year might be a bad year. They might have another breakout year. You could have more than one breakout year in your career, in theory, right? I mean, but this is a year where you burst through your own glass ceiling. You've been better than you've ever been in your career. So that's how I looked at it. So go ahead.
I
Cool.
really struggled with 1 and 2, but that's my number 3. My number 2 is Eddie Kingston.
Ooh, okay.
And I really struggled not making him number 1. But number 1,
Yep.
I'm giving to my boy. It's LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. All right, I like that. Hold on for just 1 sec. Mike Key says scientists have recently figured out that the chicken came before the egg because the protein to make the shell out of the egg only comes from a chicken.
I believe that's
Okay.
Mick.
Oh, okay.
Mick Heath.
I didn't know that, but you learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
I like your
Okay.
list. I like your list. I don't have any complaints about it. You're number 1. Yeah. I mean, I guess like in my head, I watch WWE because we watch Raw and NXT for not and I
But
watch the
he's on
pay-per-views.
SmackDown.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. No, I mean, I pay attention. I watch the pay-per-views. I'm clearly aware of what's going on. For whatever reason, when I sit down and do this, the WWE guys are guys and women are always lower down on these lists for me than independent guys and or AEW stars for the most part. I don't know why. Like LA Knight was like 7th on my list. Not that I don't think he's had a great year. I just, for whatever reason, there's something, and I don't dislike WWE per se. I just
Per se. Okay.
I don't know. It's weird. All right, who wants to go next?
Not it.
I'll go.
All right.
Okay.
I had Eddie Kingston is number 3.
Okay.
Number 2 is Swerve.
Okay.
And for me, number 1 is a tie. Actually, no, it's not. I'm not even going to front. Number 1 for me is Trish Adora.
I like it.
Making her name, making the rounds, building it up. I want to see competitive matches between her and Athena and Soon.
What was the other name you were thinking that you didn't say?
I was gonna say Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
It's
but
so
I don't
long.
know him with Trish Adora because Trish Adora is Trish Adora. I would honestly put him with Eddie because they had a similar story. They had the reverse story. Eddie didn't win, but then when he really pushed himself, he did it. Daniel pushed himself, was winning, then got back with Jericho and messed it all up.
Yeah.
My number 4 would have been Sonata, by the way.
I mean,
But
I know
Swerve
the
had a
little
very
one.
powerful last 2 months or so. So I had to give Swerve the number 3 spot over Sonata.
Well, I can dig that.
I will say his KUW. Yeah, that interview is hilarious.
The Shibata one.
That Shibata interview was hilarious.
This was stupid. He's like, "Are you trying to make this a joke about my?" I'm like, "It's like this should have been done 5 minutes ago, but you're just gonna keep chugging along with this foolishness."
I struggled with not giving Shibata a bigger him, Willer Yuta, Claudio. There are so many who had a great year this year.
Yeah.
It was a great
Did I
year
say
for
Shibata?
yeah, I said Shibata.
Oh, my bad. I had meant to say Sonata.
No, you said Sonata.
You said Sonata.
You said Sonata. You said Sonata. Yeah.
Shibata.
My bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go
It's either me or
next.
you, Anika. All right, I'll go next.
Yeah. So I'll go next. I've had this time to think, and I have a good set of 3. All right, my third, Miss Blackheart herself, Julia Hart. Heart, everyone. I don't know what the freak she's. I heard. Oh, hey everyone. Okay. Number 2, Poppy, Mommy, however you like her, Rhea Ripley. And number 1, I will concur, is First Strickland.
All right.
Let's
see, number 3.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, mostly, definitely Julia Hart, because her coming to the House of Black, and she was just a nice manager, and now she's she's actually a deserving champion. That was great. And with Rhea, we kind of knew when the creation of Judgment Day was a creation, right? It had no direction, and it had some direction, and then now she's just Rhea, right? Like the joke on the internet actually it didn't just stay on the internet. She actually evolved into not a gimmick, but an actual character. And I can't wait till she finally turns on Dom and become a full behind babyface. And Swerve is Swerve. we can't wait till 2024 because if we don't have 2024, we will riot. We will hit something. We will break chairs.
Yep. I don't have a problem with any of that. I think no, those sound great to me. Let's see. I'll give you my three. Number three, I got Gabe Kidd, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Number two, I got Swerve Strickland, which clearly isn't a surprise. He's on everybody's list. And number one, I got the Mad King, Eddie Kingston. I think this is by far his best year ever of his career. It's taken him so long to get here. He's had 2 championships this year. He was in the G1 for the first time and came off well. He's now in the C1, C2, whatever AEW's calling it. And it's he hasn't done as well as I hoped he would, but he's still, whatever. And yeah, I don't think there's anybody that's had a bigger year this year for me than Eddie Kingston.
Okay. No, I think what you said is right. He had a good year. I think we wanted more though. I think we wanted more, and that's just that's just the strike. We call it the plight of a wrestling fan. It's like this was good, but I did this a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, this is the first time he's ever held any major championships. I mean, you can argue whatever, but I mean, and it's a big deal for him. I mean, this is definitely I mean, I think if you probably asked him, this is the most successful year of his career. Now, how does it fold up against other people's years this year? I guess that's the real question, right? I mean, but I think it's no doubt his most successful year of his career.
I'm probably pissed because it took this long, and like more so when I say this long, sure. When I say this long, I mean the whole him versus Claudio match at Grand Slam is like this should have happened 2 years ago. Glad that we have it, but the waiting will piss someone off. Me, well, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I bought slippers.
Nice.
I think some full shoes.
I think
they're furry on the inside.
Okay.
I think Eddie needed to be healthier for Claudio to feel comfortable having that match.
Yeah.
And to know he can pull that caliber out of Eddie. I think Eddie and Mox both had to get the help they needed in order to reach the level of success they've reached in these past few years, and to be healthy enough to not crap on it again.
Yeah, I get that.
So, who are you guys thinking for bronze? Should we go with Trish Adora or LA Knight?
Why those two? But okay.
I think the only crossover we had between all 4 of us was Swerve, right?
And Eddie.
And all 4 of us had Eddie and Swerve.
Yeah, but right now,
so they got to be
really,
number 1 and 2 somehow, right? I mean, all 4 of us had them. They got to be number 1 and 2 somehow. So, well, I forget. You had Rhea and who else?
I had Rhea and Julia. But
can we just concur with the women's division, like the women's wrestling division, for number 3? Because this year has been particularly good for them.
My headphones crapped out, so I missed everything that was said about the last 90 seconds.
So for third place, let's make it the women's, like the entirety of women's wrestling, because of the focus that's been put on it this year. And
I dig it.
What about you, Sammy? You good with that?
Fine by me. 1 and 2 is Swerve and Eddie. So you just
and
I put Eddie ahead. Anika put Swerve ahead.
Yes.
ALW put Eddie ahead, and I believe CM put Swerve ahead.
I give it to Swerve for first place.
Me too.
The only reason I'm pushing for Eddie is because he's won 2 titles this year. Swerve hasn't actually. If he had won a belt this year and made had a nice little run, then I think it would be a no-brainer. But
what matches did Eddie have that's memorable except for Claudio?
Like, cause no offense, I didn't see any of the New Japan matches, so even though he's won that belt, I don't even know who he won it off of. I'm so sorry.
He had some
How
really good
about
matches
Eddie
in the
versus
G1.
Claudio? That was memorable.
And besides that one,
He had some good matches in the G1. Shingo was a really good match.
Ishii.
Ishii.
so
I'm trying to think. He
none
had
of
some
them
other
on AEW television, right?
No. He had a couple Ring of Honor World Championship matches. I'm trying to remember after he beat Claudio.
His major feud has been with Stokely Hathaway.
Has been what?
Has been with Stokely Hathaway.
Okay. So I'll ask this: has any of Eddie's matches been equally or better than Swerve versus Hangman, Swerve versus OC, any of Swerve's matches in the C1?
G1 girl, G1.
No, C1.
No,
the
she's
Con
talking about
Classic.
That's
C2. That's
Oh, C2. What happened? I thought it was called the C1. Who made it C2?
Yeah, that's the new name they're calling it. Because double C, the Continental Classic C2. No, I mean, look, it is what it is. Swerve has had a wonderful year. If you guys want to put Swerve at 2 and Eddie at 1 and Eddie gets 2, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, I do, but I don't. I mean, I'll be happy with. I mean, the fact that Eddie's getting anywhere near the top 3 best men's wrestlers or best breakout star or breakout star of the year for me is fine. So I'm happy with that. I mean.
I vote Swerve, so I guess it's up to you, Sammy.
I mean, I'm fine with giving Swerve.
Yeah, you're breaking up now because without the headphones, there's a headset. It's kind of hard to hear you.
I'm fine with Swerve.
All right.
All right.
So, our bronze horsey for breakout star of 2023 goes to women's wrestling in general, all across all promotions. I'm glad 2023 had an excellent year. It was too hard to pick out one, so we went with the whole women's landscape, all of women's wrestling.
All of you guys, darling.
Our silver goes to the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, and the Golden Horsey. Drum roll. Goes to
Killshot
Strickland.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. John Moxley is the biggest kill shot mark. How could he not have been number 1?
I'm just saying.
All right, Sammy, what's our next category?
It is most improved wrestler.
This is one name.
23. Just one name. One name.
All right, I'm going to give you my one name, and I'm going to get it out the way here. My one name is Big Bill.
Yeah.
That's my one name.
I'll go next. Same name, same black heart. Oh, yeah, me, boo. Julia Hart.
All right.
Good
See them
pick.
shaking their head.
I'm going to go with Hook.
You're going to go with Hook?
Mm-hmm.
Bloom, bloom, bloom,
Think about it.
bloom, bloom,
Hook had longer matches.
Yeah.
Feuds. Got charisma happening. He's evolved and he's becoming more and more of a wrestler, more so than just Taz's stoic son.
Yeah, I don't know. That last interaction he had with Wheeler Yuta was really bad. Remember, Anika? Where they were like, Wheeler was like, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, bet. And that was it. Like, there was nothing there. Like, he didn't look comfortable, wanted to talk on the mic. He didn't want to say nothing. He said 2 words.
But that's always been his character. He doesn't talk. He fights. I don't want to see little Taz trying to talk.
This is true. And I'll say this: he stepped up. He stepped up, being a tag team partner with RVD. That was great. Him and Shibata in the ring with OC. That was delicious. So I'll give that to him. Yes.
All right, Sammy, who's your one name?
My one name is
Yeah.
Baron Corbin.
The freak. What's wrong with you?
Most improved.
Most improved. He was my second least favorite wrestler last year. For when we did worst, I had him at number 2 worst. Now I actually enjoy seeing his matches and watching him come out and do promos on NXT. Like it's a 180 for me. That's most improved in my book. I couldn't stand seeing him on TV, so now I actually look forward to watching his matches.
He's been all right.
That would definitely be a criteria for most improved. Well, now we have 4 names, 4 different names. So you only wanted to bring one name each, Sammy. So how do you resolve this?
Do we have to give a horsey to this?
Oh. And just move on. We don't actually have to give a horsey.
So in this segment, the horses would just like to acknowledge our most improved stars of the year. You have worked hard, you have done your best, and now you are just a level up from last year. In the words of Major Payne, you're still a shit sandwich. You're just not a soggy one.
Oh my God! No, you did not. Oh hell no!
Why? Why?
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. So that was most improved or most improved. She said, "Hold on, I didn't mean to sorry. Hold on. I didn't mean to hit that one. That was an accident. But it was
Yeah.
Or did you put that up allegedly?
I put the allegedly up because.
Okay, my bad. I thought I hit it on accident. My bad. All right, Sammy. What's our next category?
Our next category, we're moving into the tag division. So,
tag, not it.
Best men's or best women's?
Best women.
Okay.
I'll start us off, I guess.
Yeah, please do.
Number 3, I'm going with Rose Gold.
Okay.
Rose Gold?
They're all going to be stardom ones. All 3 of them are going to be stardom ones, so we're not going to know them. Oh.
Are these men and women or just women?
Just women. Best women's tag team.
Who's in Rose Gold?
Mariah May.
Okay. I have no clue. All right, cool. Continue.
Well, it's a tag team that no longer exists anymore, but they were champions throughout a good part of the year.
No. Because like you said, Rose Gold, my mind went to Fire and Ice with Homegirl and Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. I'm like, when the freak? Yeah, so that's where my mind was at. Continue. Sorry.
The other member is Mina Shirakawa, but I figured nobody's familiar with her, but everybody knows Mariah May. So, number 2, MK Ultra.
Yep. Okay.
And number 1, Bari Bomber.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a trio. They're the Artist of Stardom champions. They've been the champions basically the entire year. Julia's in it.
All right. Well, there you go.
Cool.
I'll go next. I'll get it out of the way. I had a tough time with this one, not because, as everyone here seems to think, that I don't like women's wrestling, which is not true. It's simply because I couldn't think of many women's tag teams. It's not like there's a whole lot going on in women's tag team wrestling in general. But I did have Damage Control at number 3. I got Liv and Raquel at number 2. And at number 1, I got MK Ultra. MK Ultra was really the biggest standout women's tag team for me of the year. I don't think there's anybody that's even close, my personal opinion. But I had a hard time
with
even
Kel,
coming up
huh?
with a 2 and
Okay.
3.
All right. Not it. I'm still thinking.
Okay. So number 3, I got the Coven.
Okay.
Number
That's a
2,
good one.
I have
Damn.
Chris Statlander. Okay, it's gonna be it's gonna be a pod. It's Chris Statlander, Willow, Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez. And number 1 is, of course, the one that makes everybody question their sexuality if they are not straight. MK Ultra.
Okay.
You just be looking around. I know.
But that dog card thing, like y'all better be glad y'all on freaking Axe TV, because Lord have mercy.
It's like I feel like I should be muting this and having Disney on
Like,
my
I don't
replay
want-
button before my mama comes in.
It's like, I don't want to go with you. Although I want to see where y'all going.
Thursday night at 11 p.m. HBO type stuff that I shouldn't be watching, but I'm watching.
Okay. All right. I think I have my 3.
All right.
Am I committing to it? Yeah, let's go. In no particular order, because dang, Sammy, what? I never heard that long. Okay, I'm sorry. Focus, Anika, focus.
Oh.
Here we go. All right, number 3. I am going to give it to, and specifically, Ruby Soho and Tony Storm, the Outcast. I do like as soon as they added Ruby Soho, I'm like, okay, now we're cooking with some gas, and now we're doing some things. It didn't go to the peak, but it was enough. It was very much entertaining, and we got timeless Tony Storm out of it, so that was great. Number 2, Damage Control. Oh my gosh, and they're gonna be so like, don't monk this up, Triple H. Please don't monk this up. And then number 1, I will give it to VK Ultra. I'm just
MK.
cool. MK Ultra. I know who y'all are though, cause y'all doing something with each other. I'm curious, but don't tell me everything. Go on about your business.
What's your number 3 again, Anika?
Damage Control.
I thought
The
that was
Outcast.
2. Oh yeah, you said no particular order. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this, I like my order I had it been. Outcast.
Damage Control, MK Ultra. Oh, Outcast. That was it.
Yeah, Outcast, Damage Control, MK Ultra.
Okay, so number 2 and number 1 seem like the obvious pick. I'm gonna try and politic my way to getting my number 1 as the number 3 bronze horsey. Bari Bombers. They've been the trios champions for like the entire freaking year.
I'm sorry, Sammy. We don't know who these people are.
Oh, it's like I have a hard time giving it to someone I just never watched a match of.
I'm sorry to that team. We don't know them.
We don't. Sorry. We don't know them like that.
I forget who your others were. And CM, I'm sorry. Who was your 3 again?
MK Ultra, my quad,
Right.
and then the Coven.
The Coven. Okay.
Before Kylie turned on Taylor Wilde.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they might very well be really good, Sammy, but it's hard for me to say anything because I've never seen one of their matches ever. So I have a real hard time putting them in the top 3 if I haven't seen them. I know that's not their fault. It just is what it is, right? I mean,
we're pretty sure they're cool people, though, and they're great wrestlers. We're pretty sure of that.
I mean, at least you guys are familiar with one of their members.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, so we need to pick a bronze. Who's it going to be?
I do want Outcast to be in there, because that's probably the best Ruby Soho has been this whole year. And like I said, we got timeless Tony Storm out of this fray.
Well,
Boom Sriracha.
So
put over there.
one that's existed for what 9 months, and Tony got out of it about 4 months ago.
As champion.
CM, you got a stronger argument for one of yours with 3?
She's champion.
I agree with Anika about the Outcast because it built up the story for the 2 women that were in it. Like, and only those 2 women were in that group ever. Only them 2.
Only them 2. Boom, Sriracha.
She don't exist.
Who is she? We don't know.
So the Outcasts at bronze, Damage Control at silver, and MK Ultra at gold, right?
I like that.
All right. So let's see here. We'll actually put up the little horsies if I can find them again. Bronze horsey for best women's tag of the year is the Outcast, Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. I want to call her timeless, but she wasn't timeless at that point. She is now. Silver horsey goes to Damage Control.
Yeah.
And our gold horsey, drum roll, goes to MK Ultra.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild. We are 3 down and 3 to go. The last 3 Horsie Awards of this year's Horsie Awards. Mr. Slam and Sammy Joe, what is our next category?
Men's tag team.
Men's tag team / faction. All right.
/ trio.
All right. Oh, trio. Okay. Yep. Who wants to go first?
Not it.
I'll go first. Number 3, I got Jimmy and Jay Uso.
Uso. Okay.
Number 2, I got MJF and Cole. And number 1, I got Sammy and KO.
I'll go next.
No, wait, time out. Because you said MJF and Cole. I'm like, Michael Cole, what the freak? So like, no, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole and MJF.
Great team.
Better than you, baby.
Yeah.
Better than you, baby.
All right, go ahead.
So, I have at number 3, the Guns.
Okay.
At number 2, I have Kevin and Sammy.
Okay.
And at number 1, I have the House of Black.
The House of Black at number 1?
Yes.
Defend that when they were gone for so long during the
They came back dominant as hell.
Yeah,
I like it, but yeah, I want.
And they haven't even.
And they were dominant the first half of the year too.
Huh?
Well, they were there the first half of the year, and they were dominant as hell in the beginning of the year too.
Okay.
They lost to the Claim though.
Here's the thing: they had more time this year than Kevin and Sammy did.
But at least Kevin and Sammy lost to Judgment Day.
And not near as prominent, but not near as prominent a storyline. Like, they were never given any kind of storyline compared to Sammy and KO, who've been in the main event picture.
And now they
had the Elite, they had the Lucha Bros, they had... I mean, they faced the JAS, which, you know, was meh, but...
How you screw up house rules, man?
All right, CM or Anika, who wants to go next?
Not it. All right, real quick. Tag team / factions, right?
Yeah.
All right, almost done.
Trio.
Not trio, I guess. Not faction.
You can't
trio.
do Blackpool Combat Club because that's 5 people.
I wasn't thinking about them, but fine. Okay.
5? Who's the 5th person? Shooter?
You not counting Shooter?
I wasn't. I mean, I don't normally. I mean, I guess he is. I mean,
are we doing best factions?
No.
We're not? Oh,
no.
Okay.
Nope. You can put in your request and we can add it next year.
I don't remember next year. Okay, go see him. Sorry.
That's a you goer.
I said not it.
I said nose goes. So
I didn't see it. So it's not.
we
So it
can
doesn't
do
make a
rock,
sound.
paper, scissors.
All right, one time. All right, count it off.
Rock,
One.
paper, scissors.
Paper,
shoot.
scissors. Dang. Okay. All right. The fact I had some, but the faction thing messed me up. Okay. All right, fine. I'll be a basic chick. No, I want to. It's fine. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I will go with. I gotta go with my beliefs. Okay. Because I can't do factions, I will go with Juice Robinson and the Guns.
Mhm.
Should have been Book Club Global, whatever. And then I will take. I will take Damian Priest and what's his name? Finn Balor, Judgment Day, whatever. And then it's not any particular order. I'm just shooting them out, and I will take. Yeah, I'll take KO and Sammy. I'll take KO and Sammy. Even though they just faced Judgment Day a lot of times, I love them, and I was so eager to have them face other people because they were that huge. So yeah, those are my three.
All right, let's see him.
Number 3, I will go with Bang Bang Gang. Number 2, I will go with the patriarchy.
Okay.
And number 1, Lucha Bros. That whole rotating team situation they got going on.
Very nice. If you have not seen the Rampage match between Lucha Bros Adjacent versus Top Flight with Andrade, go back and watch it.
That was not on Andrade. That was Action.
It was Andrade. Looks like action. I don't know why I can't say the difference between the two.
Different men.
House of Half Black.
See, you could do that. You could do that. 3 members of the House of Half Black because Rollins and Caster weren't there.
Okay, so we have a definitive 1 and 2, but the bronze.
All right. So who are 1 and 2? Refresh my memory.
Sammy and KO.
Okay. Yes.
And Bullet Club.
BCG.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll fight for Judgment Day. I'll fight for Judgment Day because they've had some great matches, and the one on last, maybe it's recency bias, but them versus the Creed brothers last night. Oh my gosh, that was great. And even though people are like, well, it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, but were you bored? No, you weren't. Whether it's them versus Jim, versus them versus Jay and say Cody, or them versus Sammy and KO. It was a great for me. It was a great time.
They were your number 2, right?
They were my number 2. Yes.
So CM's number 1 was Lucha Bros, and my number 1 was House of Black.
And your point being?
Those were our oddballs. Our number 1 so odd ones out.
Listen. If you give me your argument. I don't care if that's number 1 or 2. Give me your argument.
And ALW, yours was Better Than You, Bebe, and the Usos.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
Solid.
I don't really have many specific arguments for the Usos other than the fact that they're the Usos. So, I mean, they should always be regularly at the top of their one of 2 or 3 best tag teams in WWE. They had a strong year until they split them up, of course. With the Bloodline story, they've been, kind of in and around the main event picture for the last 3 years. So I mean, I don't. I mean, but I don't. I mean, I don't necessarily have them. I don't have Judgment Day. I don't necessarily have an argument with either. Finn and Priest, I think, is a good number 3 too. Lucha Bros, I don't have a problem with the number 3. I have a little bit of a problem with House of Black anywhere on the list, in my personal opinion, but that's okay. That's just my personal opinion. See, I'm shaking her head. I just think they were gone for so long, and I don't remember them being hot in the beginning of the year either. Like, not really.
Sammy
Like, they wrestled.
Sammy and KO. Sammy and KO.
That's number 2, right? They're definitely number 2 or 1, right?
I'm just saying to his point. How you gonna say House of Black shouldn't be on the list, but you got Sammy and KO on the list, and who all did they fight?
Well, they fought Judgment Day numerous times. I guess that,
And
Imperium.
And the Usos and Imperium.
Oh, did they face it? Oh, yeah, they did face Imperium. I had actually forgotten that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But they fucking main evented WrestleMania this year.
And
so, I mean, and when did House of Black wrestle main event any pay-per-view this year?
House of Black, they might main event, whatchamacallit, World's End. We don't know. Shit. Each member of that team has gone on to have some really great banger matches.
Yes,
Brody King and freaking Bryan Danielson, the tag team of Malachi Black and Buddy Murphy. No.
Buddy Matthews.
Putting on bangers. Like, come on now.
So are you arguing for them to be number 3, or are you just pissed at me for saying they're not on the list?
I'm just pissed at you for saying they on the list.
So, okay, but either way, what's number 3?
Okay.
What about their match with CMFDR? Was that?
The CM doesn't remember that CM part.
Okay,
see, you just hurt your argument, Sammy.
When there was FTR, and then they was good. Actually, that's gonna be a banger.
Oh yeah.
FTR versus them. So yeah, put them at number 3.
What about them versus AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik?
Do you not remember that?
I remember that match. It was a banger match.
Oh.
Sammy, I already agreed with you to put them at number 3. Now you gonna keep talking, you're gonna talk your ass right up out of it.
All right. It is what it is.
No, it's not. Oh.
Well, no. I mean, I'm with you. I think Judgment Day personally.
So it's 2-2. What we gonna do? Rock, paper, scissors.
With the coin?
I don't trust
Y'all
you.
really want to argue with me again?
Huh?
Y'all really want to argue with me again?
I got time. Let's do this.
So your argument is for who?
Judgment Day. More so Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
And what have they done recently? R-Truth has done more recently than, I hate to say this, than Fergal has.
They are champions. They have main evented multiple, premium live events. One of yours, where they brought in the Dominican Republic, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, and all of the coming back of Carlito. Yes, Fastlane. Probably the best street fight where KO came out in a freaking hockey jersey and did a swanton bomb off the top roof. We got geeked from Jay. That was not coming out of just him by himself. He had to be joined.
So Black culture got co-opted again. So we gonna give it to them for helping to co-opt Black culture?
No, I got this.
Really? A white corporation making money off Black people again? Really?
Hold
You
up.
want to
The best
really?
after premium live event conference of we will not get the after what do you call it? What do you call it? The interview of Cody and Jay after they won if they did not beat Judgment Day. We would not get drunk
So we wouldn't
Jay
have
and
a
Cody
man who
if
has
they
a
did not beat Judgment Day.
problem. So wait, we wouldn't have a man with a substance abuse problem getting on international broadcast with his substance abuse.
It was not substance abuse. They were nice. He
He's
didn't
a
get in no
drunk.
car. He didn't hurt nobody.
You see me going up for Jeff Hardy? You see me going up for Jeffrey Neal Hardy?
Jeff Hardy ain't no champion though.
But Jeff Hardy got neither is Jey Uso.
He was in though. He was
And
in, and he got into an Uber. Then he got into an Uber, and he went home.
Can you prove that?
I can prove that because ain't nobody got hurt, and he got home safely.
But there ain't no proof.
That's a theory. I got a very strong hypotenuse. How about that?
Right. They got Scrappy Doo.
Who was hilarious? Who's hilarious? He goes against what's the face?
Technically, they are four-way,
true,
and that's a faction. So technically, you can't even have them anyway because they four.
That's why I said Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I didn't say y'all four.
The one above you, the one with the hat above you, ain't specified. He said Judgment Day.
I said specifically Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
But we talk about the whole
at this point, I don't really fucking care, honestly.
So just say House of Black.
No.
So you supposed to have my back, man. You supposed to back me up with some actual facts and evidence. Rock, paper, scissors.
Skip having a number 3. We could just skip having a number 3.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay, yes, we'll do that.
This shit is like fun for me. Thank you, Anika. Arguing about wrestling is hilarious to me.
Who's 1 and who's 2?
Especially when I have time today. It was KO and Sammy, and the other one was who?
BCG.
Who?
Bang bang.
Bullet Club Gold.
I get Bang Gang.
Give them what?
Number 1, the number 1 spot.
Sure.
Just for the most improvementness of it all. Like the guns by themselves suck, but the guns versus they're not as good without Juice Robinson. Come on now, that entrance it was cool, but then in the middle when you got it's just 10 times better.
How can you say the Devil's Henchman suck?
Okay, no, I didn't say the entrance sucks. I'm saying
no, I said the Devil's Henchman because yeah. Do we all agree that they're the Devil's Henchmen?
Oh, MJ. I still like my theory. I think FTR are one of the henchmen. I still like my theory.
I actually agree. Like I had Sammy KO higher, but I am willing to give it to BCG due to Card Blade Jay White.
Bang bang, bang bang bang. All right.
Like I remember that one episode of I believe it was Dynamite where Card Blade Jay White, was just pointing, and I was like, "Who's behind Jay White? Who's behind Jay White?" And then pops out Jay White, and I was like, "Oh, Jay White was behind Card Blade Jay White."
Just on them commentary and Cole saying he's only even semi-hard. He's not even fully hard.
Yeah. So I'm willing to give you them for number 1.
All right, so that's 2 votes for Bang Bang Gang as number 1.
That's fine.
Bang Bang Gang could be number 1. Sammy and KO could be number 2.
Okay.
Silver Horse, Sammy, and what? No, what?
I just thought about something.
What?
Go ahead and announce it. Go ahead and announce it.
Silver Horsey goes to Sammy and KO. Golden Horsey goes to Bang Bang Gang. What?
What if this whole double storyline is the tag team division? Because think about it. They've never attacked tag team wrestlers. It's been singles and trios wrestlers. And the Devils are at least two different people.
And if I went for the ROH titles, I'll be pissed right now. I see your hypotenuse. I see your hypotenuse up in here.
2 categories left. Best women's, best men's. Which are we doing first?
We're doing women's first. But now CM has me thinking of Jake the Snake Roberts' group.
You know what? Let's stop because
Lance
if it's going to be
Archer,
MJ,
the person who they think is Wardlow could be Lance Archer.
let's stop thinking because when it comes out and it's not going to be them people, it's just going to be MJF. I'm gonna be very disappointed. I'm gonna be very disappointed. Our fan theories are always better than what actually happens. Case in point,
Tony Khan,
freaking SummerSlam.
If it is just MJF, fuck Tony Khan.
Like, oh my god.
Okay, best women's single.
Not it.
I mean, I'm down to go. I'm down to go.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, I thought long and hard about this because I had 5 women. And I decided on my number 3, Rina Yamashita.
Okay.
Number 2, Rhea Ripley. And number 1, Julia.
Of course.
Okay.
Best free agent of 2024.
Okay. I'm sticking with mine. My number 3 is Trish Adora. My number 2 is Trinity. My number 1 is Athena.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see that match?
She is basically carrying ROH on her back.
She is. It's just I'm not used to CM praising Athena because like Athena was getting the shit end of the stick last year when we were doing this.
There's bigger fish to fry.
She's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. I can no longer take that from her.
And I am
everywhere she goes. She pulled a good match out of she pulled 2 good matches out of Ronda.
And I am glad that she's still champion because I see it when she drops it. The next move, the next Dynamite, better be her going for Tony Storm and beating Tony Storm. If it's not that, I'm a riot. So if that's not the plans, let her chill in ROH for a minute until that's the plans, because that should be the plans. No ifs, ands, or cut between trees. Those are the plans. TK.
Yep.
I'll go next.
You need to go. Go ahead.
I'm on something tonight. Okay. Number 3, I gotta give it to Becky Lynch. I loved her. Her being the NXT champion. I love that. I love that was for like 2 months. That was their secondary women's title, and I kind of wish they would have had her hold on for a little bit longer. But I know you got different plans. But that was great. I appreciate that. Number 2, Rhea Bloody Ripley. I eat, sleep, dreams. Women's in your. I have no clue the lyrics are. And number 1.
Bleed the demons in your dreams.
Thank you. Number 1, Athena, the fallen goddess.
I got Toni Storm at number 3. I got Trinity at number 2, and I got Athena at number 1.
Oh, fuck.
Mm.
Okay, so the crossover is Athena and Trinity
And Rhea Ripley.
and Rhea Ripley.
Pretty Ripley. We got.
I'm
We
gonna
gotta have a
argue
bronze.
stronger for Toni Storm.
You say what?
I think Toni Storm should be 3. She's other than Athena, she's the best thing going in the women's wrestling at the moment. She's definitely the best thing in AEW if you separate AEW and Ring of Honor.
I had her
That's my
number 5
personal
on my
opinion.
What, this
No,
year,
my number 4 was Trinity.
this year, including the Outcast stuff and her transitioning to timeless Toni Storm, I will give the floor to Miss Toni.
So could we have Athena, Trinity, Toni?
That would be
And
my
All number 3?
And Rhea Ripley is booted out. Even though
Oh, yeah.
She would be number 4. I mean, she would be my number 4.
I mean, just because like her matches have been okay, but I buy into Toni Storm's gimmick. I find myself often saying chin up, tits out, and watch out for the shoe.
Watch for the shoe.
And like, I'm sorry, she made Renee have to like have reflexes.
She has been the best part of some of these episodes of AEW television on her own. So
who else can cut to a freaking commercial and have a commercial within a commercial and it floats?
Back to these breaks. No, I definitely will give Toni the bronze. I'm conflicted with leaving Rhea Ripley out right now.
Could we combine?
I think Athena should be 1. That 2 spot is giving me some pause.
Because I want to say with Rhea Ripley, like she had been chewing up that mic. Like no one could go toe to toe with her for months until Randy Orton came back, and he was the first person to give her some shit on the mic. Like she's been tearing everybody apart. Like no matter how big and good they are.
And
can we say Athena, Trinity, Toni Storm, Rhea Ripley? Trinity and Toni Storm will be together at number 2.
I mean,
I'd rather have a tie of Trinity and Rhea Ripley. And Toni.
Yeah, no, Rhea Ripley is not that high up.
I think Toni Storm's had a better year than Rhea Ripley. And I would argue Trinity's had a better year than both of them. I mean, Trinity left WWE as a star. She was gone for half the year, came back, won a title, and is the biggest thing in TNA now, and one of the best is one of the biggest stars in women's wrestling. I mean, I don't think.
Say it again, CM. What was the list?
I said Athena is number 1, Trinity and Toni Storm is number 2, and number 3 is Rhea Ripley. Because just off the basis of the arguments for Toni Storm, I don't know if I could put her with Rhea at number 3, but I could put her with Trinity at number 2 because consistently they've both had really good matches. They've developed characters more over this year, and they've been the best parts of their shows consistently. It is just because Athena has been the best part of the shows consistently, and her work rate has been so amazing that she's number 1 undisputed.
I'll concede to that list.
Also, can you hear the snoring, or is it like not coming through?
No,
I don't hear any snoring. No.
Yeah, we don't hear you snoring. No, you're good.
Oh, it's not me snoring; it's the puppy.
No, I don't hear it.
He's good.
So we got 1 bronze, 2 silver this time, and 1 gold.
Sammy, can you deal with
Sammy,
that?
are you okay with that?
Okay.
Yeah. The reason I had Toni so low on my list is because of the first half of the year, but the second half of the year, like if we were just going by the second half of the year, she would be my number 1.
But even in the Outcast, she pulled out good shit. Like
She did.
She made it kind of enjoyable because let's be honest, Skeet didn't, and Ruby tried as hard as she could not do it on her own.
Like we were
head consistently moving from Austin's arm to like the beard where the beard is like hilarious to me because of the hat.
Like this is why you need to, yes, long-term storybooking is good, but sometimes just get stuff done. Because I would have loved to have seen Outcast versus AEW originals. I would have loved to have seen that, but no, people have to wait, and then people got hurt. People's back started hurting because Karma's a B, and so we never got that freaking blow-off match.
This is true.
Should have got blood and guts females.
All right. Ooh. So the bronze horsey for women's wrestler of the year goes to Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Bronze horsey we're giving them 2 bronze horsies. We got Trinity and Timeless Toni Storm.
Yeah.
And our gold horsey, our number 1 best women's wrestler for 2023 was Athena. Yes. All right.
Keep it going, baby girl.
Fuck.
Men's singles. Best men's singles wrestler, right, Timmy?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who wants to go first? I know Nikki will say not it. I'll go first. I'll get it out the way. Number 3, I've got my fellow Jew, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Number 2, I got the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And number 1, undisputed in my opinion, should be fucking unanimous. If it isn't, we got an argument. Will Ospreay. Man has not had a bad match in multiple years, but definitely not this year. I would argue he had the 2 best matches of the year at Wrestle Kingdom and Forbidden Door with Kenny Omega. I think it's arguable. I don't think there's any argument for really anybody else.
It is when you haven't seen it, but all right.
You haven't seen either of those matches? You saw Forbidden Door too.
I didn't. But we'll get there. We'll come back brief when we get to it. That it.
Who's going next? Sammy Joe, go ahead.
I mean, I can go. I currently have 4 names though, and I was hoping to hear you guys out and to be like, all right, I'll cut them off my list because we've been getting overly praised. All right. All right, I'm gonna cut him out. Number 3, the patriarch, Christian Cage.
Okay.
That's a solid.
Number 2, Eddie Kingston.
Okay.
And number 1, Ospreay.
Okay.
Ospreay.
All right.
I can't. I'll just vote for y'all, but I can't. I can't narrow it down to 3.
Can you list top 5?
No.
Dang.
I'm like Sammy over here. I can't because I have arguments for why all of them should be in the top 3, and I can't.
All right.
I've literally been racking my brain for the past week to put an order to it. I can't. That's why I wanted to argue earlier so I could buy myself more time. I can't.
I'll go next, and hopefully it'll help you out.
My number 4 would have been MJF. This list is so freaking hard.
And now my number 3 is MJF.
Okay.
You're wrestling twice a week. What are you, a sick pervert? I'll give it. You know. You gotta give it to your boy. And number 2, like, here's the thing. Even though they've been tag team matches individually, I like them as well. And it's more so with KO and Sammy. But you know what? Put that to the side. Those were multiple attacks, so I won't choose them. So I will go with definitely put Osprey in my top 3. You can have Osprey, and then we need one more.
Are you gonna go with the patriarch?
No. He's done great work. He has, but the best of the whole year out of everybody. I gotta give it a Swerve. I know it's recency bias.
I was wondering where Swerve was going to come into this conversation.
I know it's recency bias, but I can go ahead of time too. When we didn't do the breakup with him and Keith Lee, like a clean slice, but it was still good. And then he had that little thing with Darby, and then he did something with OC. And we thought, okay, this is when he's gonna get breaked out, but no, he just did one match, boo. And then going back to Darby versus him and versus Darby, Sting, and who was the third in that match? It was just those two. Yeah, no, it was Darby, Sting versus Swerve and Christian. That was great. And then we finally got him with a singles match, and then Hangman, and then just got right to the sky. So yeah. I like our 3. MJF, Swerve, Osprey.
Swerve was in my top 7 with Omega and Danielson, and I kept those 3 out at the same time.
I'm sorry. Omega's having a baby Michael moment where he just wants to find his childhood. I need Joe Jackson to go hit his face behind and say, "Get out of this foolishness." No. Get better. Before we thought you were hurt. You wanted to do all these multi-man matches. You are freaking Omega.
Still recovering from having vertigo.
I understand that. I understand that to a T. But then this all led up to Omega and Jericho being a tag team. That's why I can't validate your choices.
Do you think that was his actual choice?
I don't know. But if someone would have just been a Joe Jackson to him, we wouldn't have gotten Jericho versus Omega. I don't know who to blame. It's probably
the Continental Classic, and then we would have had one person out of the Continental Classic that we have enjoyed it there. We don't know who. I still cannot narrow it down to a top 3. Therefore, I'm just voting for whoever y'all had. Y'all all had Will Ospreay, and y'all all had MJF. MJF, I think, was in number 3 or 4 for all of y'all. So he's number 3.
Okay.
Number 1 was Ospreay.
It's got to be Ospreay.
So number 2 is up for grabs.
I'll be honest with you. I don't. Even though I have Bryan Danielson at number 2, I really don't. I don't think that there's any argument against Swerve being number 2. I'd be fine with that also. I'd be fine with Swerve being number 2.
I forgot Danielson though. Shoot.
But Danielson, I don't know.
I'd like to reiterate my number 2, Eddie Kingston.
Man, my heart sings when you say that because I'm an Eddie Kingston mark. Stan, whatever you want to call me. I love Eddie. And he had a phenomenal year. I'm just not sure I see him still as the best men's singles wrestler. I think he's like 7 or 8 on that list. I do see him as having, like I said, the best year of his career. I just think his mic work is definitely, A++++. His in-ring work, I still think needs to be a little sharper at times. I just think there are times where he can be. I don't want to say this in the wrong way. He's not the most naturally athletic guy, and sometimes you can tell that. That's all I'm going to say. Let's put it that way.
When we were doing the breakout, he didn't make the cut for that either, did he?
No.
I'm going to have to fight for Danielson. I love Swerve, but as when I go back, because Danielson versus MJF was this year. Danielson versus Okada was this year. Danielson versus Ricky Starks was this year. Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. was this year, and we're still
Andy
in the
was gone.
seat. And we're still
Andy
in
was
the
gone.
seat.
Andy was gone for 3 months or 2 months. I mean, he was gone for a little period of time there too.
And this C2 is a banger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fight for Danielson to be
Danielson
number
was my
2.
number 2, so you don't get a fight from me. I mean, he was my number 2 to begin with. So
He was in my top 7, so I'm equally agreeing with that as I would with Swerve. I'm fine with either one. Yes.
So 3 MJF, 2 American Dragon, number 1 Will Ospreay. Is that what
I
we
like
came up
it. Yeah.
with? All right. Making an announcement. At the bronze, the best men's singles wrestler of the year, bronze awards go to MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, your and my douchebag. The silver horsey goes to the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, whose unfortunately career we're not going to be able to appreciate much longer.
Don't say that.
And the golden horsey for the number 1 best men's wrestler in the world goes to Will Ospreay.
Bro.
Who is now technically all elite. Is that correct? He signed that contract, right? Did he sign a
Well,
contract?
He is
his
all
New Japan contract ends in a month.
Okay.
So we got
Wait.
New Japan, AEW. So New Japan and AEW twice in there? Okay.
He said he has to tie some loose ends up, but for 2024, he has signed with All Elite.
Yes.
He just has to finish the last month of his current contract.
All right, CM, you got the time and energy. You got a clown?
I have a clown of the week.
All right. Give it to us.
I have a clown of the week. For those of y'all who
Oh my gosh.
are
I'm going
on
to stay up here
Twitter,
with you so we can laugh.
for those of you who are on Twitter, you may have seen it. But Tony Khan is standing on business. And he said, I'm going to hate Disco Inferno until I can't no more. Yeah, crowd of the week to Disco Inferno. Because how the hell do you manage to have everybody collectively hate you so much? They cheer for Tony Khan for you. Do you know how much you have to be hated for everybody to be like, you know what? Fuck bias. Fuck Disco Inferno. And you know what makes it even better? You know what makes it even better, folks?
Yeah.
It happened around Mr. Brody Lee's birthday. And for those of y'all who don't know what Disco Inferno's disgusting ass did and why Tony Khan stands on business when it comes to him, it has to do partially with Mr. Brody Lee and Disco Inferno's decision to say we as wrestling fans have the right to know what was happening. No, the hell
No,
we
you
did.
don't.
That man has a family. His family said no. Everybody respected that. That shows the type of person who Mr. Brody Lee was. But the fact that collectively, it seems like a yearly thing now, because it started off with Eddie and Cody, and now it's Tony Khan. So I appreciate you, Tony, for that. That's a wonderful Christmas present, especially the gifts that they've done with it's Vampiro, but Disco Inferno's coming out dancing in WCW, and it's Vampiro's body, and Tony Khan's head just hit it with the chair. Yeah, shout of the week goes to Disco Inferno because, dear God, man, you united the whole of internet and wrestling to hate you.
Sir,
Sir.
get a job. Get a life. Do something.
It's broadcasting. It just don't go well for me. But happy Festivus to the rest of us, because we get the gift that keeps on giving between that and the gifts of Mark Sterling getting knocked out into outer space going around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is it, and that is all for Workhorse Wrestling Network for 2023. Holy shit, y'all!
That's insane.
The year flew by,
What the fuck?
right?
Since we are taking horses, let's just start there. Like,
This year's
Right?
Horsies went way better. We had
it's so good.
Like we did it over like 5 weeks last year, and we were like, all right. 2 weeks, pinpoint, bullet point.
Bang, bang, bang.
I
All
didn't
right,
cry
let's,
like I thought I was going to for men because I stressed myself the fuck out trying to pick a men's wrestler.
Here, put this graphic up real quick. We are going on holiday break. So we're going to be gone tonight. Is our last show until we come back on January 2nd for the cookout. Actually, you can watch End of the Square Circle. End of the Square Circle will be here all through the holidays on Sunday, still at its normal time. So you can check that out. We'll be back on the 2nd with the draft. Sammy wants it to be there. We're coming back to do the draft.
Anika's draft.
It will be Anika's draft. Oh, Anika is the host of the draft. You better have your all your little P's and I's dotted, T's crossed.
Oh, y'all are not ready. We collectively, as the Workhorse Wrestling team, will give the best draft to find the new team of 2024. Sammy, what was our team name? it was AC. No, it was. Okay, I remember. It was WAC. What was it?
ACH?
ACH. Yeah. Tell what ACH means.
The alleged crackhead.
Okay. Dolores, if you're watching, please make that a clip. Make Sammy's face like trying to figure out what the fuck.
I thought you remember it because I couldn't find anything better.
I didn't think we were going to go with that. I thought that was just,
The only thing I could have brought with that was Seabiscuit, and no one wants that. So no, we're gonna call ACH. Yes. ACH is going to go dive deep into the new free agency of 2024, and we're going to give y'all the best team from the new year.
All right.
We can never just on normal shit, Sammy. We always have to end with ass. We have to end with crackhead. We can never just end on happy holidays. We can just never do that. That can never just be the end. Oh no. We have to. It has to be.
Can we get one last allegedly?
Yeah, where is it?
Allegedly.
All right, y'all.
For rocking with us in 2023. In 2024, we'll be back with a lot of our lovely energy. And hopefully, when we end shit, we don't end ass, titties, or crack.
But this is the reason to tune in until the end and not just watch for 5 minutes. Because it slowly goes off the rails the further you go. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos.
So when you go to the Marvel movie, you have to stay after the credits to get the little snip at the end.
It's worth it.
We named
y'all keep enabling her. Y'all two, right there. Y'all two, both of y'all, you and him, both of y'all. That's the reason she still does it. And then Dolores makes the clips that go along with the shit, and it enables her even more. See, this right here. This is why I'm terrified to look at shit on Fridays.
Hey, we've been good on Fridays for the past couple of weeks. We haven't been doing nothing stupid.
The past couple of weeks. There was only 52 of them this year. For the past couple.
Mr. Cole?
Anissa. I popped in one time and I had to pop back out because I just last week you were good because you had ALW there.
Well, I guess you didn't see the Rick and Morty.
All right, y'all.
We thank you for coming for the wrestling, staying for the chaos. We appreciate you. We hope to see you all with us next year. We want to continue to grow and thrive. For the 4 OG workhorses, for Dolores, who better be taking a damn break.
Ma'am.
We will see you all in 2024. Please make sure that you are watching Into the Square Circle. Make sure that you are watching our shorts. Engage with us as we engage with you. We will see you all in 2024. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay warm.
Yes.
Just remember, if you think no one else cares, Workhorse Wrestling Network cares. And we will see you in 2024 for Ass, Titties, and Cook.
Bye.
Peace.
Keep hitting the button.